Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive and I'm Meghna Deka. Well, viewers, today it has been one of the bloodiest days that we have seen at the blue line, the boundary between Lebanon and Israel. Now, the situation is getting quite worse every single day. That's why Times Now is on the ground, getting you updates from the war-torn area of Israel and Lebanon border. 600 Indian soldiers, remember, are part of the peacekeeping mission in Lebanon, and they are stationed along the 120-kilometer blue line on the Israel-Lebanon border. However, what has been very, very disturbing news which has been coming in, the fact that 2 peacekeepers were injured after an IDF. The Israeli attack force had been fired and its weapon was fired towards an observation tower at UNIFIL's headquarters in Nagora, which is directly hitting and causing them to fall flat. In fact, that has been very, very worrisome because remember, there are Indian lives also at stake. It's not just a war far away from India. The repercussions of that, and I'm not just talking about the economic repercussions, overall, the fact that there is remissions which are coming into India, the fact that there are Indians who are living in Israel, there are Indian soldiers who are stationed in Lebanon right now at this very blue line that we are talking about, which is getting bloodier by the day. Now, as tensions have been escalating in the Middle East, the world has been watching very closely. The conflict between Israel and Iran, along with its proxies, has been growing more intense by the day. In fact, your channel, Times Now, is on ground zero. We are bringing you reports on the situation with the latest updates coming in from Kiryat Shmona, which is one of the most dangerous areas right along the Lebanon border. Here are some exclusive reports which have been filed by Times Now's senior editor, Pradeep Dutta, which capture the rockets also being fired by the terrorists. Watch this for yourself.
And you can see several rockets are being fired from the Hezbollah side, and you can hear the siren sound. You can see several rockets right now being fired, and you can hear the siren sound and the explosions. Thanks to the aerial defense system, that the 4 rockets have been intercepted and they have been neutralized. Again, there's siren sound continuously. The rockets are being fired from across by Hezbollah, and there's a tense situation. Tense situation here. You can see it's a very tense situation. The only procedure one can do is just lie on the ground, report about the things. So this has become a new normal here in Kiryat Shmona area. Since yesterday, more than 200 rockets have been fired. 2 people have already lost their lives. They're trying to target these civilian areas, and we've seen that one of the houses completely damaged. Short while back, while we were reporting from this area, all of a sudden you can see more rockets have been fired. Those 5 rockets have been intercepted by aerial defense system installed by Israel. But some of the rockets penetrate airspace and they are able to land in residential areas. This clearly indicates ever since Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah has been killed, they are trying to target innocent civilians. They're trying to inflict maximum casualty. And right now you can see the only standard procedure and the drill one can follow. Either you rush towards bomb shelter, because after siren 12 seconds are there for you to rush towards bomb shelter. If you are not able to find bomb shelter, the only option is, like us, lie on the ground, because that is what actually we are being instructed to do in case of siren and rocket explosion. So we are lying on the ground along with my video journalist. Both of us are lying on the ground and reporting from Kiryat Shmona area, because Times Now has a commitment. एक पूरी commitment है Times Now की तरफ से, नवभारत की तरफ से, नेटवर्क की तरफ से, कि आपको हर हाल में हम खबर लाते रहेंगे, चाहे कुछ भी हो, कितनी भी मुश्किलातों का सामना करना पड़े.
Oh, well, the resilience and grit of Pradeep Dutta, of course, he'll be joining us very shortly. He's the one on the ground right now at the blue line, getting us these minute-by-minute reports. Of course, the situation along the Israel-Lebanon border has escalated after the assassination of the former Hezbollah chief, Hassan Nasrallah. In fact, Israel is reportedly using a land-based weaponry in this region as well. In fact, today, India has also raised concern over the security situation, saying that the inviolability of UN premises must be respected by all. So let me go across to Pradeep. Pradeep is joining us from where the blue line is, the border of Israel and Lebanon. Pradeep, We saw your grit and determination, what you said in the previous report that we were just playing out for our viewers, that no matter what, you will continue to get us these reports, admirable as it is. I do hope you are safe. Give us a sense of what you see around you every day.
See, all I can say, the situation right now continues to remain tense because the place where I was reporting short while back, I was in that area. And you rightly said the situation in the Blue Line area is very tense because Blue Line is basically a buffer zone between Lebanon and Israel. And this is the place where UN headquarters is also based. And we saw that during the last 24 hours, the two of the United Nations peacekeepers from Indonesia, they were targeted, though they have sustained minor injuries. They had been evacuated to hospital. But each and every country has expressed concern over that. And India has also asked that it should be ensured that nobody is going to violate that, and UN peacekeeping force need to be properly respected. But Israel is saying that what actually is happening, that Hezbollah terrorists are targeting them from the vicinity of that blue line, and it is because of that reason that they are using civilians as human shield, and that's one of the reasons that many of the civilians have also lost their lives. 22 people have lost their lives in an attack in central Beirut area. But many countries are crying hoarse. They are saying that Israel is deliberately targeting human beings, and it's the biggest ever human rights violation that need to be kept checked properly. And Italy has also raised concern over this thing. But so far as the situation on the ground remains continuously tense, all eyes will be on Israel, because Israel has already made it clear ever since Iran has targeted them with the ballistic missile that they will have to pay the consequences, and they will have to face the consequences. So now it's to be seen when Israel is going to target Iran, what time and with what intensity. Because if that is going to happen, definitely it's going to further escalate situation on the ground, and world is already concerned about that. And we saw that 2 days back there was a telephonic conversation between Joe Biden, President of the United States of America, and Benjamin Netanyahu. It was after several days that they interacted with each other, though the US is trying to dissuade Israel from carrying out attack on Iran, because Israel has already prepared a blueprint. What we had been told by the sources that either they can try to target any of their oil infrastructure, or they can even try to target their nuclear infrastructure. That's what actually the US is also really concerned about. If this thing is going to happen, that is further escalate the situation, then obviously we have already seen that every country seems to have taken position. Some of the countries like Russia and China, though they might not be directly supporting Iran at this stage. But if you look at their wording and the choice of word that they have used in recent past, that clearly indicate that they are somewhere siding with Iran. And on the other hand, we have seen the US and other European countries and NATO forces, they are siding with Israel. This is going to be really a tough time. But yes, the condition for, because war never brings a good story. It always brings death, destruction and devastation. We had been to different places. We saw that how many of the houses were damaged. We saw that it was after every 10 minutes there had been rockets being fired from the Hezbollah side, because Hezbollah seems to be completely rattled ever since Hassan Nasrallah had been killed. So the situation on the ground is quite tense.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right that Hezbollah's desperation seems to be increasing, and especially the kind of violence that we have seen, the kind of shelling. You can see that there is an increased military presence of Hezbollah in there, and also the fact that they are allegedly using the local cadres, the local environment as well, to spy upon the forces which are there at Blue Line. I'll just come back to you. Do stay on with us, Pradeep, because important for us to play out some of the reports that you have filed as well, because the barrage of rockets which have been railing on Israel has almost seen a trail of destruction, leaving behind this trail of destruction. You have homes which have been bombed, rendered completely unusable. Residents have been forced to flee for safety. In fact, Pradeep has been getting us all these reports which have been coming in of how destruction and devastation has been wreaked, and innocent Israeli lives have been literally damaged as well as their dreams. What some of these reports?
Because of devastating explosion, once cozy home lay in ruins. You can see black soot clung to the wall like a shroud, obscures its familiarity. Kitchen that used to be the heart of this house. The condition of this house, everything is completely charred, burnt here. Now let me show you. The family members, they had kept here pulses so that they can come, they can cook. But because of violence that is going on here and conflict, every family seems to be completely shattered. See, right now also there is an atmosphere of scare. Gee, see, when you look at the condition of the building, it's very scary. See, the building is completely pockmarked. Some of the splinters have gone inside. So this area has been completely bombarded from across by Hezbollah terrorists. They keep on firing projectiles. They keep on targeting innocent civilians. They're not sparing even women. They're not sparing children. They're not sparing families. But then they say that we are the one who are suffering the brunt of Israeli armed forces. But इस धमाकों की आवाज सुनाई दे रही है. थोड़ी देर पहले यहाँ पे सायरन की आवाज भी सुनाई दी थी. आप देख सकते हैं मेरे साथ यहाँ पे एक भारत के रहने वाले हैं. आप कहाँ के रहने वाले हैं?
हम भारत में मैंगलोर में रहती हूँ. मैंगलोर.
यहाँ कब से काम कर रहे हैं?
मैंगलोर मैं 17 साल से काम कर रही हूँ इधर.
कितना डिफिकल्ट है यहाँ पे?
यहाँ बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, मगर सेफ्टी रूम सब है. हम लोगों का ख्याल रखना चाहिए. वो आवाज आता है, हम लोग सायरन आता है, हम लोगों सेफ्टी रूम को जाने को मांगता है.
अगर जैसे अभी सायरन बजा और अभी धमाकों की आवाज आ रही है, आप
हम लोग फ्लोर में सोने को मांगता है.
फ्लोर में सोते हैं?
फ्लोर में सोने को मांगता है.
अभी आप कहाँ गए थे ये चीजें लेके?
दूध लेने को गई थी.
अच्छा, ये दूध देखिए, दूध की बोतल लेने के लिए यहाँ जिस फैमिली के साथ काम करते हैं उनके लिए देखिए, फैमिली के लिए दूध लेने के लिए गए थे और उसके बाद ही अचानक धमाके यहाँ पे शुरू हो जाते हैं. लेकिन घबराहट नहीं होती? डरते नहीं?
घबराहट होते हैं, मगर हम लोगों का पेट भरने के लिए बच्चे लोग है, काम करने मांगता है. बच्चे लोग स्कूल पे जाता है, फीस भरने का है. इंडिया में काम नहीं है, क्या करने का है. बाहर गांव आया है. इजराइल में सैलरी अच्छा मिलता है.
कितनी देर से यहाँ?
हम 17 साल से काम कर रही हूँ.
17 साल से काम कर रही हूँ. कभी ऐसे हालात देखे जो इतने?
नहीं देखा है मैंने. 2007 में आई थी. 2006 में होया था इधर धमाका. 2007 से अब तक नहीं आई हो गया था धमाका.
मगर ये शिमोना में पहली बार इतना ज्यादा देखा?
किरिया शिमोना में पहली बार ये हो रहा है 2006 के बाद.
कहाँ थे जब आप ये दो लोग मारे भी गए?
वो ऊपर है और थोड़ा जाने को मांगता है. वो ऊपर जाने को मांगता है. उधर का 2 लोग मार गए. वो लोगों का कुत्ता लोग था, वो भी मर गए.
अच्छा.
वो लोग इधर रहती हूँ. इधर कुछ नहीं हो गया. रख बर्न हो गया, सब
सारा बर्न हो गया.
सब बर्न हो गया.
डर नहीं लगा जब रॉकेट की आवाज आई?
डर रहेगा. मैंने खिड़की खोला है, वो आग देखा. मैंने फास्ट मैंने खिड़की बंद किया, क्योंकि व्हीलचेयर का पर्सन है, उसको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आना चाहिए. इसलिए कुछ बाद में
देखिए हमारे ये भारत के लोग देखिए जहाँ पे काम करते हैं कितना ध्यान रखते हैं. जो जिस शख्स का ये देख रहे हैं वो ओल्ड एज में है, वो व्हील चेयर पर है, उन्हें किसी किस्म की तकलीफ ना हो. जब आग यहाँ पे धमाका हुआ, इन्होंने कहा कि वो डरे ना. इन्हें खिड़की खोलती कोशिश किया.
Well, with that, there is some big breaking news which is coming in. There is a massive buzz over Iran's top commander disappearing. That's right. It has raised eyebrows. In fact, reports are saying that Ismail Qani is a double agent and that he has been missing since 4th of October, that he may be under arrest or he may be grilled right now, even as we speak. Nasrallah had been killed, remember, in the heat of Qani as well, now which has now shifted. Let me go across to Pradeep Dutta. Now, Pradeep, Ismail Qani has been Iran's one of the top military chiefs, especially before the earlier one was killed, and now you have him missing in action since the 4th of October, if I'm not mistaken, in one of the bunker attacks which had happened. What is the backstory behind him? He is the topmost intelligence officer. He's gone missing, and this is one of the biggest reversals that is being meted out to Hezbollah in the last couple of weeks, today being one of the most bloodiest days. What's happening? Is he a double agent?
Yes, Meghna, you're absolutely right. In fact, inputs what we are getting right now is that Israel seems to have infiltrated into Islamic Revolutionary Guard, that is considered to be Iran's elite force. And what we have been told is that this man's vanishing act has led Iran further suspect his role in killing of one, Hassan Nasrallah, and also killing of his successor, Hashmi Saifuddin, because he was supposed to be part of the meeting which was to take place on October 4th. That was a Shura Council meeting of Hezbollah, in which Hashmi Saifuddin was also to take part, and he had also, Ismail Qani had also to take part. He's a 67-year-old brigadier general of the elite Quds force, and he was to take part. Last moment he pulled himself out of that meeting, and immediately after that, the moment Hashmi Saifuddin reached there was an attack from the Israel side, and within seconds, with the help of the bunker buster bomb, his headquarters was busted, and he was killed in that attack. So since then, he has gone missing, and everybody is looking for him, though that's one of the reasons that many people in Iran feel that he was a double cross. He was working as a spy for Iranian agency, and he is also responsible for killing of Nasrallah, also Hassan Nasrallah, because Hassan Nasrallah was the chief of Hezbollah, and he was operating from Beirut for the last several years, and he was responsible for several terror attacks, and he was also hiding inside the command and control center, and with the help of the bunker buster bomb, Israel was able to eliminate this man. And you can look at, if you look at the assassination and the targeted killing by Israel in the last few months. One in July, we saw that Haniyeh, he was the political chief of Hamas, he was killed in Iran. Then this was Hassan Nasrallah, he was killed in the month of September. Then in October 4, Hashmi Saifuddin. So they feel that somewhere this man had been providing information. He had compromised his position. Though he was a brigadier general staff, he was the one who was heading the Quds force after the Soleiman was killed in an attack last year by American forces. So they are looking for him. Is maybe he is either, it's not clear whether he had been picked up by the Iranian forces. He's in the lockdown. He is being interrogated. It's not clear, but their vanishing act has further added to the suspicion, and investigation in this regard is going on, because somewhere Iran feels that many people who are from the Iranian forces who are in Lebanon, they seem to have compromised and they're working for Israel. That's one of the reasons that Israel has been able to carry out
one major attack. That'll be an interesting one. If indeed one of Iran's top intelligence officers is actually a double agent and a traitor, as we are picking up. Well, Pradeep Dutta, of course, is right there on the ground, right at the blue line, where all the unfortunate action is becoming. And we have seen the trail of destruction and devastation being unleashed there. Pradeep, we'll keep coming back to you, of course. Do stay safe, and hopefully you'll get us minute-by-minute coverage. But your safety is of utmost importance as well. Stay safe as you report for us here on Times Now. Well, with that, we're going to be slipping into a short break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to return in 2 minutes with more news and updates.